Most men never heal, and that's why they stay weak. Most men are wounded, but they'll never admit it. Because we were taught to hide it, not to face it. We were told to man up, but not how to man up. So instead of healing, we bury, we distract, we suppress, and slowly, we rot from the inside out. Here's the truth most men never confront. You are not weak because you feel pain. You are weak because you refuse to deal with it. That breakup? You never processed it. You just started sleeping around to prove you could. That betrayal? You buried it under pride and fake smiles. That trauma from childhood? You laughed it off. Or worse, you forgot it entirely. But here's the thing. What you refuse to confront will continue to control you. Not from the outside, but from the shadows within. Most men are haunted, not hunted. Haunted by their past. By their regrets. By all the moments they chose silence over strength. Escape over evolution. You think you're tough because you don't talk about it. That's not toughness. That's emotional cowardice. That's weakness disguised as stoicism. Real strength is facing your demons, eyes open, heart steady. Real strength is owning your pain before it owns you. Why do you think so many men fall apart the moment life punches them in the mouth? They have money, muscles, status. But their foundation is fractured. Because they never healed. They just built on top of the damage. A big house on a cracked foundation. So when rejection comes, they spiral. When failure hits, they collapse. When a woman walks away, they break, because their identity was tied to her presence. They were never whole. Just patched up. Just pretending. You cannot lead, build, or protect until you heal. Unhealed men destroy what they touch. They sabotage good relationships because they fear abandonment. They lash out or shut down because they never learned emotional control. They become addicted. To sex, to dopamine, to distraction, anything to numb the ache. And worst of all, they pass their pain on to the next generation. This is the real epidemic. Not lack of success. Not low testosterone. Not modern women. Unhealed men. Men who wear strength like a mask. But underneath, are still boys bleeding from wounds they were too proud to treat. You think healing is soft? Try it. Try sitting in silence without reaching for your phone. Try looking in the mirror and owning every mistake without blaming anyone. Try forgiving the father who left. The mother who didn't see you. The friends who betrayed you. Try talking to the version of you who was abandoned, who was bullied, who was lied to, and telling him, "I've got you now. We're not running anymore." That's not softness. That's war. The war most men avoid their entire lives. And that's why they stay weak. Because healing hurts. It requires discipline, honesty, and accountability, all the traits weak men lack. It's easier to blame women. It's easier to play victim. It's easier to hide behind bravado, behind gym selfies and surface-level wins. But healing? Healing strips you bare. It forces you to rebuild without the ego. And in doing so, you become a man no storm can shake. Grounded. Clear. Whole. That's power. So what do? You stop running. You stop numbing yourself with short-term highs. You stop thinking more success will fix what's broken. You stop thinking time will magically heal what you won't even face. You journal. You reflect. You speak your truth. You ask hard questions. You seek mentors who challenge you. You get silent long enough to hear what your soul's been trying to scream at you for years. And you do the deep work most men are too afraid to do. This is the new definition of strength. Healed. Honest. Whole. Not perfect, but present. Not invincible, but rooted. The kind of man who doesn't seek approval, because he approves of himself. The kind of man who doesn't lose himself when others leave, because he's not dependent on anyone to complete him. The kind of man who leads not from pain, but from peace. You don't need more motivation. You need healing. And the longer you avoid it, the more your life will reflect the damage. So here's your choice. Stay broken but look tough. Or get brutally honest and become unbreakable. Because the truth is, most men never heal. And that's exactly why most men stay weak.